The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John Davidman. In this particular book, we will learn about giving value to others and what is the importance of giving value. Giving value is very important for your business and in your personal life as well. The more value you give, the more reward you get. So when you give value to others, they will reciprocate the value in terms of the reward that you get. Maybe the reward might be in monetary terms. In terms of profit, the reward might be in terms of recognition. When you reciprocate, when you give value to others, other people will reciprocate the same value towards you. So the reward that you get, the monetary reward or the profit that you get, that is directly proportional to whatever value that you are giving to the society. Value is what other people or the other person or your customers think it is, not what we think it is. So when you are giving value, you should remove the ego. Ego is not thinking about ourselves. When you remove ego, you are not thinking about yourself. You are thinking about the people, how you can help the people. As technology is growing day by day, you can easily reach more and more people. You can easily provide value to more and more people. You can leverage your time by using YouTube, social media. You can easily available to so many persons. You can easily give value. You can give value through education. Technology is one of the best way to give value. Value through education. People look for the education people always look for the education. For example, you want to buy a smartphone. You go to Google, you search for a best smartphone under your budget like 10,000 or 15,000. And why do we search for that product? What do people look for? People look for the education about that product or about your product or service. Give them the education. Make them know more about your product. What kind of product you are selling. What kind of value that you are giving. So let's talk about the context of this book. The context of this book says how you can multiply the giving in your business. How you can multiply the giving. Technology is making the education even more creative, affordable and scalable each day. When you leverage the technology, it could be available to so many persons. When you are in YouTube, your Instagram or Facebook, what you are doing is you are building relationship with your customer. You are educating them. As you know, the foray of marketing, affordability, acceptability and all. So this is how you build a relationship with the people. When you build a relationship with the people, when you educate them by giving value, when you give them the value of education, they reciprocate the same thing to you. Educating those that we do business with, like your customers, increases the value of our product and services while making us more likable and trustworthy. People will start to like us. People will start to trust us. When they like us, when they trust us, they also want to do business with us. That is how business works. The more likable and trustworthy you are, the more people will open up to you, to the value that you are giving in the creative forms of education through your YouTube or your social media or anything like that. The more people open up to your giving, the more they reciprocate back by buying your products or services in return of the value that you are giving. The more you will grow in your business. In the context of this book, we have talked about the habit of giving more. The more you should develop the habit of giving more by leveraging the technology, by using YouTube, Facebook, any kind of thing. You should know, you should develop the habit. It should be a habit. You should develop the habit of giving. The more you give, the more reward you get. the more people will reciprocate towards you. You need to multiply the giving in business. You need to multiply that in your business. You can educate people about your product and services. For example, I am opening a digital marketing industry to help people to digitalize their business. What I can do is that I can teach them with what is digital marketing, what is the value of digital marketing, and how they can grow their business using that. And when I teach people, they will start to like me. They will start to believe in me. I can create the trust within. I can build a relationship with them. And by building that relationship, I can grow my business. When people trust you, when people like you, they will start to do business with you. They will try to contact you. This is how you grow business. Let's talk about the 6 Ds of exponential growth by Peter Diamandis. Peter has explained it very well, that how you can use the business, how you can use the digital technology, the technology that are available to you to expand your business, for the exponential growth of business. The first thing that he has talked about is you need to digitalize everything. As the technology is growing, digitalizing your business is a part of your business, or the whole business multiplies the value that you are giving, multiplies the value that you are trying to give to your customers. When you digitalize your product or services, for example, you have books available to you, but what you can do is that you can digitalize the books into ebooks. You can sell them at low price. That is how you can digitalize your product, and it is essential for the exponential growth of your business. If you want to grow in your business, you need to digitalize, because as technology is growing, business is also growing. The environment of the business is changing. The marketplace is changing from the offline brick and mortar to the online business, the e-commerce sites. Let's talk about the second thing, that is the deceptive. You need to be deceptive. Deceptive is a starting phase. Exponential growth gets mostly when you are doing something, when you are in the deceptive stage. Like, for example, I am starting my own YouTube channel, and I'm trying to educate people through the books, through the mind maps. I'm trying to educate people. So in the starting phase, where I am right now, the exponential growth gets mostly unnoticed. People cannot notice how much growth I am making. This is a period where you need to keep working. I need to keep working instead of getting frustrated that there is nobody who is subscribing to my channel. People don't even like my content. But this is the period where you need to keep working, creating value. But most people don't recognize you. You don't get much of the recognition. But this is the phase where you need to work upon. You need to be consistent upon your work. The repetition of the value that you are giving should be there. The next step is disruptive stage. We live in an exponential era where every business is trying to grow in their respective fields, in their respective markets. There is a famous saying that either you disrupt yourself or be disrupted by someone else. Either you grow your business or be disrupted by others' business. What you can do, you can bring changes that people have never thought of. That is how leaders are. If you talk about my previous video, the start with why video that I have made before, I have talked about how a leader should be. A leader thinks differently than the other people. A leader brings changes. If you talk about Uber, Ola, Oyo, cryptocurrencies, Uber is the company who doesn't own any kind of taxi. But Uber is the owner of world's almost half of the taxi. It's cheaper, it's easier. Make things cheap, make things easy. Educate people. Let's talk about the demonetize. Demonetize, for example, you have a book and you have made the book into, you have converted the book into ebook. When you are selling an ebook, it's easy and it is less expensive rather than a physical book. Less expensive because it makes things less expensive means you make things cheaper, removing the money out of the equation. Education, most, if you talk about the education industry, most of the education that you get will be free. What we are doing is we are removing the money out of the equation. We are providing the value, more and more value. We are building the relationship. We are getting the relationship in the reciprocation of the value that you are giving, not the money. It's not always about money. It's all about the easiness of your customer. Let's talk about dematerialized, removing the matter from the equation. As in the demonetized, we are removing the money. Here we are removing the matter. Devices that would costly around thousands of dollars, today they come free as simple apps of Android apps. What we are doing is we are removing the materials from the equation. For example, if we talk about today's smartphones, we can do so many things. We don't need a supercomputer to do all these things. But previously, the mobiles used to be very heavy, and the computer used to be very heavy. But nowadays, you can carry a computer in your bag also. You don't need a setup to set your computer or work upon that. What we are doing is we are dematerialized things by using the technology. What else you can do is democratization is also very important. Physical objects are turned into bits and then hosted on digital and various digital and hosted platforms in such a high volume that their prices approach almost around zero. If we talk about education industry, there are a lot of video about to educate people on YouTube. There are lots of videos, thousands and thousands of videos. If you want to learn any kind of thing, if you want to learn about business, if you want to learn about marketing, economics, any kind of thing that you want to learn, there are thousands of videos around the world. These are stored on the digital platform, on the cloud platform and all. This is how you democratize all those things. Now, let's talk about the 5 law that is given in this book, and I really like this concept of the 5 law. Let's talk about the law of value. Your true value worth is how much value you give, then you take in terms of payment. Most of us think that we give enough value, but the thing is that the money that you get in terms of payment is directly proportional to the value you give. If you give more and more value, then you will get more and more money. This is a very simple equation. Being creative, giving value, leveraging technology. This is how you give value, and the more value you give, the more things you get, the more money you get in terms of payment. All things are equal. People will do business with you and refer to your business to the people they know, they like, or they trust. People will only do business with people whom they trust. Who does want to do business with someone who doesn't even know? You need to build trust within people. You need to educate them. You need to create the understanding between you and your customers. You need to create that by giving more and more value. This is what the law of value says. When you give value to someone without expecting anything, without expecting any return, mostly you will get the return. They will reciprocate the return. because you will get the reward according to the value that you are giving. The goal is to provide a higher quality of product and services than any amount of money could possibly pay for. You need to provide the best in class quality products and services. When you are giving the value, this is what the law of value says. You need to build the trust. When you build the trust, they will suggest other companies to do business with you. You give. Why? Because you love to give. This is not why you have to give. You are giving not because you have to. You are giving because you love to provide the value. You love to give value to others. You love to help them out. It's not a strategy, it's a way of life. You need to make giving a way of life. Then only you can be successful in your life, successful in your career, business, anywhere. The first question should be, does it serve the people that I want to serve? Does it help them out? If it is, then add value to others. If the answer is yes, then ask yourself, does it make money? The kind of value that you are providing. Does it really make money? Does it really help the people? And are the people are willing to pay for whatever the service that I am giving? Ask yourself. Let's talk about the second law, the law of compensation. The law of compensation says your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. The first law determines how valuable you are in terms of providing value. In other words, your potential success, how much you could earn. But the second law suggests that how much actually you do earn. How much compensation that you get in terms of money. If you want success, find a way to serve more and more people by leveraging technology, by available to the whole world people, using YouTube, Instagram, or any kind of social media thing or any kind of technology. The more people you will serve in less time, the more money you will get. It's very simple. It also means that there are no limitation on what you can earn, because the more people you serve, the more money you will get, because you can always find more and more people to serve. There are lots of people around the world, and many of them are facing problems in every aspects of their life. Some are facing problems in their business, some are facing problems in their in case of technology, in case of the whole ways of life. People are in, if you talk about any country, any state, people are facing problems. You need to identify what kind of problems they are facing and just help them, just give them the value so that they can get out of that problem. When you give them value, they will start to trust you. They will start to do business with you. This is how the law of compensation works. Let's talk about the law of influence. What does the law of influence say? The law of influence says that your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interest first. In business, networking is very, very important. Networking with people, strategic alliance with other industries and other things. Go-giver attracts go-givers. Fake people attracts fake people. There is no need to manipulate people. You are inspiring people by giving value. You are building trust. You are building relationship. So you need to network with people. The people who are go-givers like you, who wants to change the world, who wants to give the value to the people, and build strategic alliance with them so that you could provide more and more value. Network means not only the customers and the clients, but with people who like you, who are just like you, whom you trust, whom you know. They might never buy a thing from you, but the thing is that they always got you in the back of their mind. At least they will refer someone, that this is because they trust you. They will refer some of their friends or family that this guy is a very good man. He influences me, he is a very good businessman, and he is doing very well in their business. And I believe in him. And they will refer to you. When you got your own array of personal ambassadors, for example, there are people who knows you, who trust you, and they will share with their friends or family or the people whom they are connected with that they trust you. You will have the referrals coming from different businesses from faster way, and you can easily handle them. Someone who is very good at giving are actually very good at someone who is very good at giving are actually very good at giving as well, very good at taking money as well. The law of authenticity is very important. The more valuable gift you have to offer is the most valuable gift that you can offer to others is yourself. You need to start with you, being real, being authentic, being the person that you are right now, not being fake, being real. If you want people skills, then practice with being a person. If you have a fake if you are fake, you are not authentic, then you are going to attract the people who are just like you, who are fake, who are not authentic. If you want to people who are authentic, then you need to be authentic. You have to be authentic. If you give fake to the society, if you manipulate people, if you are not inspiring people, if you are not giving value, you're just faking people. If you fake people, you will receive the same as intake, because this is the law of reciprocation. Whatever you give, you will get. Let's talk about the law of reciprocity. The key to effective giving is to open to receiving. It's better to give than receive. It's not a good thing that you are not receiving anything in return. It's insane. It's insane to try to give and you don't want anything in return. Trying not to receive is a foolish thing. It's arrogant. When someone gives you a gift, who give you the right to refuse to that gift? When someone wants to give you something in return of the favor that you have done for them, of the help of the kind of help that you have done, kind of value that you have provided to them, who are you to deny that gift that he is trying to give? Receiving is natural way of giving. Every giving can happen only because receiving something is also associated with that. And this is the law of reciprocity. I hope this video has given you a clear idea about the go-giver. And I really love this book because the concept of this book is giving value towards others. When you give more and more value, the more this book is all about giving others. The more and more you need to give, more value. The type of things that you give, the type of things you get. This is the main thing of this book, is to be a go-giver. If you like this video, if you like this concept, the summary of this book, then give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon so that you will be notified when our next video will be coming up, and you will get to know more about the books, more about business, more about management, more about self-awareness. Reading book is a good habit, and when you repeat good habits, when you develop good habits, you will be successful. You need to feed your conscious mind with good thoughts, with positive vibration, and when it goes to your subconscious mind, you build the good habits. That is how life is. That is how you become successful. I'll be providing the mind map of this book in the description. The link will be in the description and you can download it easily from that. I hope you like this video. This is Rudra signing off.